What's up, guys? My name's Alexis.
And I'm Blaire, and this is the life of A and B.
Cats. I sounded just like you that time.
You did.
What?
Cats.
Okay, so lately Blaire and I have been posting a lot of fun videos, a lot of fun challenges, but today we thought we'd kind of mix it up a little bit and do more of a serious video.
Yeah, so this is the last time you guys are going to see me throughout this whole video because I'm going to be interviewing her and her parents and just asking them questions that you guys wanted to know.
Yeah.
About her coming out and
part of like the LGBTQ community and all of that good stuff. So Blaire said that the questions were pretty interesting, and I obviously don't know what they are because she has to ask me. And
it's gonna get pretty deep.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Like that deep?
Kind of.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Makes me nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be good.
But yeah, let's go.
Go on, take on this old world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
Alright guys, if you haven't met my parents already, we introduced them in one video in our Oreo challenge, but this is my dad. Hello. This is Alex. This is my mom. This is Karen.
Hello.
And yeah, we are super freaking nervous to do this video. But
Yes.
Okay, so this first one isn't a question, but Aspen says, not a question, but I love them and you guys.
Aww.
So,
That's
I
very
love
Aspen.
That was so cute, Dad.
What?
Okay, we're gonna get into the questions now.
Okay.
So the first one is for Karen and Alex. How did Lex come out to you guys?
Well, I think she came out to me first. She was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
And she told me in her room.
No, time out. You're missing a major part. You're missing a major part. I got in trouble and you took my phone away from me.
Oh my gosh.
And then you read my phone. You went through my phone. And then later you were like do you see what I mean? That's how it started, and I was pooping my pants that day because I was like, I'm not ready.
I kind of remember that now.
Anyways,
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. But.
Yeah, okay, anyways. So she was in a room and she told me, and my initial reaction was not very nice. Not because I don't agree or whatever, but because I think teenagers in today's society already suffer enough with bullying and people being mean. But as a parent, you know that that's going to go away. And when she told me this, my initial reaction was, well, crap. This is not going to go away. Society, there are going to be people in society who are mean to her. And I hated that idea. I hated that idea of somebody not loving her the way I do or seeing her for who she is. And so I think that's what made me angry. Although it took me a good day before I came back to reality and then apologized for my initial reaction.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We're getting deep in the corazon on that first one, huh? Dad's like this,
Well.
just know it.
Well, honestly, a few, maybe a year or two before Alexis came out, I began to wonder. There was no specific events that happened, nothing that she did to somebody else, nothing she did or didn't say. I just had a feeling. And about 3 or 4 months before that Alexis came out to Karen, I asked Karen, I said, do you think Alexis is gay? And she said she didn't think so. I was like, I just have a feeling.
Or did you say that just to cover it
She
up?
said,
I think I was protecting lots of ideas. Yeah.
But so some history for me is I come from a very alpha male dad, and so I didn't know. When I started to wonder if Alexis was gay, I'm thinking to myself, well, how do I act? How do I treat her? So many questions went through my brain, but all said and done, all I said was, it doesn't matter. Sexuality doesn't define a person. I don't promote gay. I don't promote straight. It's not to me, it's not an issue. what really matters what it boiled down to me is that we just have to be examples in front of Jesus Christ, and He loves everybody. So that's how how I came about, and that's how I dealt with it. When I say deal with it, it wasn't a negative deal.
No.
But I mean, that's how I say. Well, that's all that really matters. I mean,
Goodness. Guys, what do you want? You're too nice. No.
so nice.
There's like,
That's the truth.
We don't hate you every day.
you gotta make me a bomb margarita later. If we don't hate you. Gosh, just a couple days out of the week. You lesbian, you.
You're such a lesbian.
Is it going?
Oh, dang it.
Okay, so your dad kind of answered this one, but Karen, did you know that she was gay before she told you?
It's funny because after like the dust settled, I think back and I'm like, I think I knew from the time I was pregnant with her, because I'm like, is she a boy or a girl? I didn't know. Like your heart rate, all these things that say you're really a girl or you're really a boy. Lexi was always in the middle. I have another daughter who's incredibly girly, and I dressed up in pink bows and tutus, but when it came to Lexi, it didn't feel right. I didn't always do that with her at all.
I was in like overalls.
Yeah, we treated her differently, and I don't know why we did. We just did.
Well, so our oldest daughter requested dresses as soon as she could talk, and Alexis didn't.
She didn't. Yeah.
No.
And so I didn't do it either. I kept it. I don't know. It was different.
Well, mind you, I didn't get hair till I was 3, so I looked like a boy. Also, my mom gave me a god-awful haircut.
It's true.
Stuck a bowl on my head and zzz.
I did not put a bowl on your
Okay,
head.
well, that's what it looked like. And everyone's like, oh, what a cute little boy. Mom and Dad were like this, thank you.
Okay, this one's for you, Lex. Was it hard for you to come out, and were you afraid of their reaction?
I think afraid is a rough, not the right word. I think nervous is probably more like it. I don't know. I guess, yeah, I was, because I didn't know how their initial reaction would be. I didn't know what you guys would say or what you would think or if things would be different. But I knew that, I knew who I was, and I couldn't, pretend to be someone else or something else around you guys, because you know me way too well. Mm-hmm. And eventually I think it would have gotten to the point where it was like, you're acting super weird, what's going on? And it would have been more of a forceful coming out versus if I just stopped being wussy and just came out. You know what I mean?
Even though I found it in your phone.
Gosh, that was... So yeah.
I forgot about
I don't know. I mean, their reaction was amazing. Not just my immediate family, but my entire family was so, I don't know, just almost like they knew already, oh yeah, we know. Come here. A huggy, welcoming, very accepting family, and I'm very blessed for that, because I don't think a lot of people do get that. So, yeah.
Okay. So, with her coming out, did anything change your guys' relationships at all? For either one of you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
No.
That's a really good one. I would say for the better. I lied like crazy when I was younger.
Yeah.
I lied like it was second nature, and I did not like who I was then. And I don't do that anymore. Do you remember that? I used to lie like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was before she came out. We thought she had some girlfriends, and I think she was...
My sister thought I was doing drugs.
So, but no, for our relationship, nothing's changed, because, like I said, we love our daughter unconditionally, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. It helps. Because I wasn't raised that way, I have to step back and think of a lot of things how I don't want to, I don't know how to say it, I don't want to come across like I'm thinking about what to say, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to come across that I want it to be more natural, and so there's things that I still have to work through in my brain really quick. I mean, sometimes to because just never. No one that I knew of in my family before was gay.
Yeah.
So it's all brand new, but it doesn't matter to me. I mean, so it truthfully has made me more accepting. Before I didn't understand. You know, why would someone choose that? Why it's not that, because I know how Alexys was raised, and I know what she's been through. It wasn't something that she chose. It's something that just chose her.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't sign a gay contract, you know.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's up in 5
It's a
years.
lesbian contract.
I hate that word. Gosh.
So no, it make with her coming out, I think it's made me a better person to understand just societal issues. I mean, too. So.
Jeez, you're good.
You are good. You're deep.
Okay, so Karen talked about this a little bit earlier, but what has been your biggest fear with her being gay?
Exactly that. I think like society and, you know, there's still people out there who, I mean, even people that I'm close to in this small town that we live in, sometimes there's comments made that I think, you know, do you know my daughter? Do you understand? And it's not a battle I'm going to fight. I think that, you know, for the most part, that's just their own ignorance, and it's their loss if they don't, you know, if they don't accept it or whatever. I don't even think it's something to accept. Like it's natural. So in my mind, I struggle with that because, you know, it's the way she was born. So, you know, it's like me telling somebody else, I don't accept your kid because they were born with blonde hair. Like that's the way I see it. It's
like,
that
I don't accept
natural
your kid
to
for
me.
them being straight. Like
yeah, it's strange for me. So, but my biggest fear is non-acceptance and people being mean for something that they don't understand.
Okay, so you talked about like that you guys are like a religious family. Did your religion affect your thoughts and feelings about her sexuality at all?
Nope. Not at all.
Well, no, it does in this sense for me. There's the old covenant that we had with God, and there's a new covenant we have with Jesus Christ, and the only thing that Jesus Christ preaches and he tells us all is to love one another. So we're not to judge. So that's that biggest basis of Jesus Christ is how. So it does affect it. So not just with gay or straight. There's so many things that I have to learn not to judge. And I just always think of that I'm not the judge. There's mean people, there's people that do things wrong to me or to my family, people I know. Just the point is that, so it does. That's what drives me, not just with Alexys, but that was a big factor for sure. But, but we're more, we do have a religion, but we're more spiritual. We don't our religion does guide us down certain paths, but our main focus is not religion. Our main focus is our spirituality that we have with Jesus. So.
Yeah, and I think too, like, so when Alexys first came out, that's the first thing I turned to, because I thought, you know, I need to be able to defend that, because I know people are going to come at me with that. And I mean, if you truly were to read the Bible and what it truly says, it doesn't say to hate or to judge or, you know, to do any of that. I mean, if you look at the Old Testament, I mean, we're smoking meat out on our trigger right now, and if we want to get technical, we should be smited for doing that. I mean, that's the reality of it. And you know, in the New Testament, it's all about love and forgiveness and acceptance and nothing more. So that's how I see it.
wow, gosh, I don't even know what to say. I'm just like.
Okay, what advice would you give parents with children that are part of the LGBT community, but go to a church that may not be okay with it?
Ooh.
I'll speak up. Just love your kids unconditionally and be a parent to them. Don't control them. They're gonna live their life. They're gonna make mistakes, but that's what life is about. You learn from your mistakes. But as a parent, you always have to be by their side, guiding them. They'll come to you. They'll ask for advice. Give good advice. Don't be lazy in your ways. And just continue to support your child in whatever as long as you agree with what they're doing, and away from different things. I mean, support your children and help them however you can. So.
And in terms of a church that doesn't accept it, or they may preach against it or whatever, number one, if a church is preaching against something, they truly aren't they're truly not like a church under God, because God didn't go out preaching against anything. He preached love and acceptance and understanding, and so if that's happening, church is community, so maybe find a new community. Or if you really love the church that you're in, then just understand that ignorance is bliss, and these people will one day learn, and maybe you're the example.
And maybe question. I mean, you can bring questions to your pastor or your priest, and and I'm sure that I think questions to them, I would believe that they would accept them, and the answer that they give, I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
what you do with it is your choice,
Yeah.
but don't ever lose faith because
Of a church.
That's right.
Right.
You said it was gonna be deep. I didn't think it'd be like freaking in the corazon deep, you know what I mean?
Okay, this one's for Alex. So one day, will you walk her down the aisle?
Of course I will. It's no different.
So I want to tell you guys, I'll never forget this either. Obviously it'd be a dream of mine to be married in the church. I don't know if we'd get there when, by the time I'm married, but, my dad said, I will...
On the day that she told me.
Yeah. He said, whether I walk you down an aisle or walk you down the court aisle, I will walk you down an aisle when you get married. And that made me super, I don't know. Like, every time I think about that, I want to get super choked up and emotional about it, just because, that is special. And that's something very, I'm just very grateful to have. I'm not doing it.
And you have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But.
Where's my aisle?
So.
Where am I in this?
We already went down that aisle.
But, yeah, I thought that'll definitely stick with me for sure.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter her sexual orientation. Anything in life that father and daughter should share, I'll share it with her. So it doesn't matter your sexual orientation.
Including the dance.
Yeah, well, Alexys wants me to do some of her dances,
Oh,
and
man.
I don't have any rhythm, so.
We'll get you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can put it up on a screen where Dad's like.
Okay, this is the last one. This is from one of our fan accounts, and I just thought I would include it.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction when you met Blaire?
To the parents.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah. I remember them.
Well,
I'm trying to remember. So I remember having a conversation once with Alexys, about, she once asked me, what kind of girl do you think I'll end up with? And I said, well, I think she's going to be very pretty and very girly and very, I don't know, just completely opposite of you. Not that you're not pretty,
No.
but...
Right in the corazon.
No, but I always expected Lexi to be with somebody who was beautiful inside and out. And I guess, that's, I don't know how you define what that is, but Blaire is that to us.
Well, and just like Alexys, or like any teenage girl. Alexys had some girlfriends growing up before Blaire, and I wasn't impressed by any of them, to be honest. So.
Nope.
Nope.
Blaire was the first one that it's like, okay, I can see Alexys with this girl, and so it showed me some excitement for Alexys that she could finally get to meet someone that
Didn't hide her.
That was good to her. Different things.
Loved her for who she was.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and.
She's quite the character.
So I was excited, I guess, to see that there could be a match between Alexys and Blaire. So that was good.
Yeah.
And that is how AMV started.
Let me get in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Look, we should put this on a Christmas card.
I look like a ginormous head.
Dad's like this.
Just like.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We really appreciate all of your love and support. Thank you guys for being on this and getting some honest answers, because I got hot and sweaty listening to you, because that was awesome. I was expecting those.
Oh, yes, you were.
Thank you guys for all the questions too, for
Yeah.
sending them in to me.
And yeah, stay tuned for more of the life of AMV.
Okay.